The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another exciting edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, and squeezably soft host.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
Well, I thought that maybe the markets would pull back into this weekend and set up a buying opportunity. It looks to me like they're going to be pushed up into Friday, into the three-day weekend on lighter volume. We'll see at the end of the day. We're just doing about 4.2 billion shares. You're looking for about 9 billion shares in these levels. So with 2 hours left, we've got about 50% of the volume. Could we get maybe 7.5 billion? We could. Take a lot of energy in the last couple of hours that we have not seen. Nothing really drive this market other than headlines. And of course, Cisco after the bell tomorrow night. I think that's about it. There's just not much out to drive the market. It was very interesting to watch the market basically blow off the news when it came out that there wouldn't be any meeting in March between President Trump and President Xi Jinping, however you pronounce it. And just seemed to roll off like off the back of a duck. The volume, though, continues to be poor in a lot of sectors. It tends to look like mostly a short squeeze. And one of the most bearish things that you can have is very light volume into a three-day weekend at a push up or a push down, if you want to look on the bullish side of it. The way I would look at it, it's now is you probably have a free roll until Friday. And then on Friday, the question would be, do you take a stab at going short at the close, or do you wait till Tuesday when we come back after President's Day? So we shall see. And of course, a lot will depend on the volume today. But I'm seeing a lot of stocks that are weak, rolling over, everybody flooding in to a handful of the biggest names, moving the big indexes. But for the most part, not the general volume of the whole market. My guess is we'll probably had a fairly decent top. This is kind of the test on that. We'll see if we have more volume in the next couple of days. But my guess is that Thursday morning, we're going to have kind of the peak of volume, and then that's going to be lighter volume all the way through the three-day weekend. Okay, so what else do we have happening? I said that we would talk about my positions as soon as we completed them. I got out of them pre-market this morning because I was going to be on the wrong side of them today. EDZ, even short, make money. Bulls make money, bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered, is the old saying. I was long the EDZ, was a bear market of the emerging markets. We got into that just over 43, got out at just over 46 this morning. You had 2 days where it kind of went sideways. Yesterday, you had kind of a light volume. There was no real signal. Signal, of course, going to come in today, and that is the market's going to go higher. Emerging markets still look to me like one of the big winners in the next top if we get that come Tuesday. So there's probably another shot at them. We were also short using the SQQQs, and I think it got it like 1205 and was out at 1220 or something. So not loser trades, but $3 on a $43 stock. I'm not going to retire on that either. But that's kind of the entire market, isn't it? We're not seeing but a handful of these stocks really see the kind of strength that you would like to see. You know, you'd like to see some of these stocks today, like the ones that have been the leaders, come in with some absolute huge juice on a pushback up to the previous highs. This looks like a retest for options expiration on Friday. On Microsoft, that's the 107.27. Could you see 107.50 and they burn out a lot of puts on it? I think you could. In fact, we were kind of talking about that yesterday. We'll get into what happened with options market makers in the last couple hours, apparently, or at least if they didn't get tipped off, they thought that they knew a deal was coming. We'll show why that is the way it was, or is. Let's see. Let's take a quick look at Oracle. I mean, again, pretty close to all these highs, and not a lot of juice off the bottom. But we're going into a big candle that had 20 million shares. We've got about 7.5 million shares so far today as we go into that big candle of the, what is that, November 11th. So we'll look at a lot more charts today. Most of them kind of look this way, which there wasn't a lot of energy off the bottom, not a lot of volume up here at the tops. And I would say if you're bullish, you really would love to see some kind of 50% pullback, or maybe even just a 382 pullback on some of these, and just so you could gauge what's in these. Do they always pull back? The answer is no, but I'm going to say 75% of the time you hit previous high volumes on light volumes, you're going to get at least a pullback, if not a reversal. So we got a bunch of those charts to look at. Let's do a little history, and we can come back and do that.
And it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
It is history repeating, and on this day in 1912, the last emperor of China is forced to abdicate following Sun Yat-sen's Republican Revolution, which would be followed up by Mao's Revolution. The provisional government was established in his place, ending 267 years of Manchu rule in China, 2,000 years of imperial rule. The new Chinese government granted him a large government pension, permitted him to live in the imperial palace until 1924, when he was forced into exile. There's a big movie about this, The Last Emperor. Did anybody see that? I thought it was, I want to say it was a Spielberg movie, but I can't remember now who made it. I remember it was up for Academy Award. It seemed a very well-made movie. I don't know how close it is to the truth. But there's a YouTube channel that does and digs into that. I'm going to have to ask that guy if he would go back and look at that movie compared to reality. Okay, compares it on it. It's called History Buffs. Movie Buffs. Hard to tell. Anyway, when we get back, we're going to do nothing but look at charts for the rest of the day. Should be going to a break right now. Where's that music? There it is. Just barely here.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the most revolutionary piece of trading software that you will ever try. Wouldn't you like to approach the markets with confidence? As you begin your trading day, it's likely that you'll be faced with lots of decisions. In order to make the best decision, the first thing you'll need is a strategy that will help you minimize your risks. Whether we're in a bull or bear market, a good strategy is to have the tools needed to help you scan and analyze the markets before you trade. The TAS Profile Scanner instantly scans and filters over 2,500 global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, president of TAS Market Profile, the TAS Profile Scanner understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications, automated trading algorithms, and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. Whether you're looking at the trade matrix, the ETF heat grid, the market breadth, the landscape charts, or the many other features of the TAS Profile Scanner, this is a piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the markets and set up your trades. The team at TAS has even put together a 12-part video series to walk you through every aspect of the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find directly on the TAS order page at TFNN.com. Sign up now for only $97 a month with a risk-free 30-day trial, so you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See for yourself how you can harness the full power of the TAS Profile Scanner by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services section. Remember, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Don't let another day pass you by without trying out this amazing piece of software that will revolutionize how you look at the market and how you place trades. Sign up today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
And we're back. As we said, we were looking at Oracle, just up on light volume. Had a big downgrade yesterday. Didn't seem to affect it much at all, but we'll see what earnings brings us. Had a lot of stocks testing. We'll try to go through those today. You can give me a call at 877-927-6648. I had a question in my email, which you can always email me at path@tfnn.com. Question is, I still seem bearish. How could I have a long position on? And that is because I'm not long the indexes. I'm long individual stocks. I think you can be both long and short individual stocks at this point. The index is driven kind of a little hard right now by, I wouldn't even call it a flocking behavior. I would call it stampede from one side to the next, down and up. But there's not a lot of volume in either. And after today, probably going to have a lot of shorts on the ropes for the next couple of days. When we get to Friday, there probably won't be very many shorts at all. And again, that's where you doesn't have to, but you can see fairly strong movements to the downside because all those shorts are gone. There's nobody there to buy no matter what on the backside. So we'll continue to look at that. Anyway, got a lot of stocks to look at today. You can send your emails to me at path@tfnn.com and or you can always give me a call. Okay. Wright Medical Group, looking at this one, the last high, $30.75, which is the November 8th high. And that had 5.5 million shares. Got into it yesterday with 3.8 million shares. Not that bad. Today, a little doji out here at 1.3 million shares, though. What else do we have? TZA. This is probably the longer term, one of the stocks, at least the patterns out here that could frighten you like Halloween Eve. And that is just the total lack of energy off the top back here on, let's see, what is this? December 26. You're now back into these previous lows. One had 10 million, one had 8 million. You got about 7 million so far today. Probably not going to get that 10 million shares of December 3rd, but you're back into what has been fairly strong resistance levels for the market on the upside and support levels for the TZA on the downside. TWOU, which is U2, we talked about this one, trying to break above this gap down that had 5.7 million shares on the 6th of November. It's got what has it got today? 381,000 shares. This is what, 64.33. So again, we are seeing some fairly strong resistance levels being met with very light volume in some of these. Tandem Diabetes Care, TNDM, did spike into the gap down that goes back to September 14th of 2018, came down to 5.2 million shares, up on about 3 million shares so far. But certainly looks like it ran away from that line of supply where everybody was just absolutely thrilled to get their cash back. Not much in that one. SRTY, which is the Russell's, look very much like the TZA. Very light energy off these December 24th highs. Now back into the previous lows with about 700,000 shares. So far today, you're in here with about 354,000 shares. Now, that being said, I'm not looking for any kind of instant reversal. As I said, at this point, what you're looking for is, I thought maybe we had 2% to the total upside on the SPYs this morning. And we're up about 1.4%. So could we get another 0.6% going into the weekend? I think we can, but it's rather limited on that. But anyway, back into these previous lows, at least on the SRTY, and of about 700, call them almost 800,000 shares. We've got about half that at the moment. SPR. Back at CRM was 120 in December, now 163. CRM. Salesforce going into its previous highs actually has volume, it looks like. We'll check that out. October 1st, 2018, 161.19, 4.7 million shares. You got 3.8 million shares. This one's kind of a hard one to figure because Jim Cramer is always flogging this to his faithful, and he can drive stocks. This is one that he's been busy on his hands and knees pumping, almost slavishly, certainly sycophantly on his show. And of course, it's always a good get. His business is advertisers paying money to CNBC, not people actually making money. So that is an issue. But you know what? He can get enough people behind him for a while. But Salesforce, not a bad company. Be different if it was a long chain of the other stocks that Cramer has pushed that have gone to zero or darn near zero. What was it? The one that always kills me is, I want to say it's CRC. It's the, I'll think of it. Maybe somebody in the den can bring it back to me, but it's like ceramics, coated ceramics, something like that. It was the sand for fracking. CRCC, I'm trying to remember the symbol for it now. Carbo ceramics? I think that's what it is. Carbo ceramic. Yeah, CRR. And he did the same thing with this one. Of course, this one, we found out you could use real cheap sand and it didn't matter. But these are some of the, we'll go back here a few years to show just how bad some of these, he had this guy on from Carbo Ceramics, Cramer did, and he was able to jam this thing up to 156 bucks. That was on July 1st, 2014, back down at $27, let's call it $28 on July 29th of 2015. So that's the problem that I see with Salesforce is you've got too many retail traders in it. And if he decides to sell or they all decide to vamoose, you can see some very quick movements in Salesforce. I also wonder whether or not they have the chart doesn't look that bad, but I also have a problem with whether or not they can go it alone against Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. They do apparently have some products. They do make money, but whether or not they can just sit over there by themselves at the economy of scale that the other three have continue to be a problem. That's a good pop. We'll be back in a minute.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks!
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And a handful of these other stocks. Like I said, there's the choice stocks, Amazon, Microsoft, Netflix. Everybody's going to run into them today. The question is the B and C level stocks, what's happening in them? Splunk, SPLK, the symbol on that, had a $130 high on September 4th, did so on 3 million shares. Yesterday, going into that high, it had 1.4 million shares. Then you got 1.2 million shares. You do look like you're going to close above that, but not going to be anywhere close to that kind of volume. What else do we have out here? A lot of stocks, interestingly enough. Real page, I don't see anything in that. Oh, I went to 5 years for some reason. Okay. Regency Center, REG. Now this one, the volume's kind of close, but it's not been able to break through that September 6th high, 66.86. Won't spend a lot of time on that one. RDUS, Radius Health, kind of just a dead cat bounce so far, but half the volume into the previous November second high. RCM, R1 RCM, still hasn't made it. I went through a bunch of these today, and these do not look that familiar. Is that it, Tesla? I don't think that is right. Maybe I went too fast through these. PVTL, which is Pivotal Software, back up against previous highs. What else do we have here? Philip Morris. This one's done. It's a little 50% retracement. We'll take a look at this one a little bit more. It's got just a tad to go. This thing's been making ABCs on the way down. And if you bought this on the dead cat bounce on December 27th, you are coming into this confluence level, which I don't think has very much of a chance at all of getting broken, but you just have a buck to go on this. So if you hate cigarette companies and you want a short one, this one looking fairly good at 81. Let's just call it 81. What is that? 81.99, 81. Yeah, you got about a buck where this thing is going to hit massive resistance levels. It's back into a candle on the 18th of December that came down on 13.6 million shares. You got 3 million shares so far. So again, you could be short and long this market. Some of the bigger names are breaking out to the upside, the handful of the usual suspects. But a great deal more of these stocks having trouble. Oshkosh, by gosh, OSK going into the September 21st high, 77.05, 1 million shares. You got 380,000 shares as you break through that high to 79.32 today. Not that bad. Malinex, as we look at this one, we go back into the 3 million share high of November 7th at 99.14. We were breaking through to 102.18 on to 800,000 shares compared to the 3 million share high. MAA, which is Mid-America Apartment Communities. We've been talking about these for the last few days, showing very light volume at previous highs. You had a spike yesterday, and this one back up toward the previous high, came in about 20 cents light. Down today, but again, not a lot of juice. This one had been pumped, I mean hammered, for the last handful of days. This is Livent Corporation. This is a competitor to ALB. And man, were they talking this up last week into Monday with various upgrades and telling everybody it's the best thing since sliced bread and sliced cheese and eggs by the dozen. This one did spike through the previous low, and I'm wondering whether or not they didn't just run everybody out of this for grins that got long a couple of days ago on those massive Wall Street shills on CNBC pushing this stock. But let's take a quick look at ALB and see how it's doing in comparison to that. Not much different. Again, everybody in the world thinks that battery cars are the future. Probably are. I just don't think the battery part of that is that big a deal. But you know, we're going to have a lot of battery-powered cars come on this year. That's going to be interesting to me, anyway. And a little spike on this one, but nothing compared to that other one. J.B. Hunt, the transportation company, had a nice gap up on earnings, pulled back to the support levels back up 395,000 shares so far today, compared to the 2 million share spike back on the 18th on earnings. IRT, as we look at this, back up. Independence Realty Trust. Again, a lot of these trusts and REITs and everything, they're up here on highs. And this isn't, these came down with monstrous energy, have come up on no energy, and now almost all of them are testing the previous highs on light volume. So whatever's going on that I haven't been able to find yet in this REIT industry is still roaming around in it. Whatever's going on, they are up there on very light volume. Healthcare Realty Trust, we talked about this one breaking above the previous high on light volume and not doing much. It's back into the trading range today. HR is the symbol on this one. 3174 on December 7th. He had 1.2 million shares. You basically busted it with less than 500,000 shares over the last 5 days, and now it's back into the trading range again. And so we're seeing a lot of these stocks do the little Punxsutawney Phil, stick his head out, sees there's still shade, and they're going back in. A lot of other companies in the teen apparel sector, too, doing the same kind of thing. Gillian Activewear, GIL is the symbol on this one. December 4th, $34.40 on, let's call it 940,000 shares. On the spike on the 8th, a couple of days ago, it went above it. It's closing back in it. But he only had 320,000 shares. No real love in that one today. The IBD, I'm going to call it, what is this? The trending, what do they call it? The trending stocks, the IBD up-and-comers in technology. I forget exactly what they call this. FFTY is their ETF. This is the December 3rd high, 3174, 580,000 shares. Yesterday, you had 215,000 shares. Today, you got 190,000 shares. And energy was off about 15% off that low of December 24th. FCPT, also Four Corners Property Trust. Again, same kind of stuff. Saw 800,000 share high on December 7th, a day that will live in infamy. $28.54, 800,000 shares. Yesterday, you got into it, 376,000 shares. You did go above it. You did close at just under it. Today, you got the reversal out there, but it's on fairly light volume. We'll be back in a minute.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com. educating investors.
Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction Leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
And we're up 36 points on the S&P cash, 2746. Dow's up 375. NASDAQ's up 105. Russell's up 17 as we continue our path through stock land. Extra space storage, EXR. I think we talked about this a day or two ago. December 6th, 1.3 million shares. Got into it with a $100.64 high on the 8th, did so with 776,000 shares, a little bit of a pullback today, and an opportunity to sell in a market that can accept your selling on this one today, but it did hit 100 and pull back in. ETR, which is Energy Corporation, ETR had a $90.79 high on December 14th and gave it up. 2.5 million shares on that day. The last 3 days, 1 million shares, 750,000 shares yesterday. Today, 800,000 shares. So, again, you're hanging at those highs, but for the most part, you don't have a lot of juice. This one really looks like it could break. I wonder what these guys, kind of vaguely remember what these guys do, but I always like to check. Measure twice, cut once. Gauges production of distributed electricity in the United States. Generates electricity through gasoline, oil, nuclear, coal, hydro, and power sources. Yeah, they're out of New Orleans. Commodities. I wonder how hard that the whole issue out in California is hurting these others. But, you know, this one does look like it is up on a shoestring of volume in comparison to the way it was up there back on December 14th. EQIX, nice little 50% bounce in this Equinix. And you're just back into this huge down candle the 26th of October. Came down with 1 million shares. Been doing about 200,000 shares today, 400,000 shares yesterday. So as you come back into the supply line, fairly heavy selling. Again, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. In-phase energy, ENPH, breaking above the July 10th high at $7.60 with 5.5 million shares. Today, you got 1.5 million shares. It broke above that high, giving it all back up. See if it closes below that previous high today would be a valid sell signal on that one. Yeah, nothing on that. Copart, CPRT, just a dead cat bounce in that one. CL, Colgate, Palmolive. We talked about this one being up on fairly light volume. Today you got about 3 million shares against the 5 million share high of December 13th. Energy's been fairly light off that December 26th low. CCJ, the uranium company, did break out Didn't have the volume, got up, tagged the gap at 13 bucks, and has pulled back in every day now for 5 days. BSX, Boston Scientific, is breaking out. It needs about 8.7 million shares today, as you have about 5 million as we speak. So maybe it gets to 6-7 million shares by the end of the day. Gonna be light. Looks like it's gonna hold above that October 2nd high, though, at 39.44. Bruker, which is Herr Bruker, BRKR, Frankenstein. Now, this one does look like a valid breakout as we speak. 1.3 million shares compared to the 1.1 million shares back on August 30th. Let's take a quick look at that. But a valid breakout. Energy was good, or at least better than the down move into that December 24th low. These guys distribute scientific instruments, analytic diagnostic equipment to the United States, Europe, Asia, all over the world. Company operates in energy, superconducting, life science tools, metal, basically chemical, biological, radiation. Basically, you got to have a hazmat suit to get into that. They're just on the north side of Boston, it looks like. But a valid breakout, gapped higher. I don't know if that spike is real, though. AWK. Okay. American Waterworks, we talked about this one the other day, banging up against its December 7th high, a day that will live in infamy. $98.18, 1.5 million shares. Yesterday, you had 680,000 shares. Today, 321,000 shares. You have gone above it. You are going to close below it. The energy off this low. And again, I don't know what the deal is on these utilities. But man, a lot of them are just looking horrible off these December 26 lows in comparison to the rest of the market, which isn't great. These are actually fairly horrible. And I'm wondering how much of it is a offshoot of all that issues. And sometimes you get a broad brush when you have things like that. And what was it, PG&G or whatever it is out there in California? Essentia Retail Group. Not many stocks acting like maybe they found some kind of low. This one actually did test its previous low on a penny stock, December 24th, $2.25 with 2.4 million shares. The most you could eke out is 1.1 million shares, and actually it's kind of moving up. Energy was a little lighter off that January 29th high. Haven't seen the pennies really doing much these days, but that's it. Another one is Anadarko Petroleum. Unfortunately, this one did come down on monstrous volume the other day, so it's going to probably bounce and then need a retest. But this one looks like it's washed just about everybody out. December 26, $40.40 with 5.2 million shares. Got into it a couple days ago with 10 million shares. It's had kind of a small bounce, no volume today. But what you're hoping is this bounces and then comes back down to 41 on light volume. But pretty nasty looking APC. But could look fairly nice in just a short amount of time with a nice light volume retest of that $40.40 low. Again, you can email me at path@tfnn.com. Okay. According to my strength indicator, one looks stronger than the other for AMT. American Tower. It's done nothing but go straight up. Now we'll look at this when we come back. It looks like 3 drives to a top in AMT. We have CCI, which we'll look at when we come back, in SPAC. But yeah, AMT looks like 3 drives to a top.
universe provides us with opportunities all the time, and I was no different. In 2006, I invested $2,500 in a 2-day master trader course taught by Tom O'Brien, then ranked as the #1 market timer for gold. The fact is, if you want to be the best, you must learn from the best. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability and the Market Timer of the Year for 2018. To celebrate this accomplishment, TFNN.com is offering you a free 2-week subscription to my award-winning newsletter service, and there's no charge to you until day 15 unless you cancel sooner. That's right, we're waiving the normal upfront deposit, and this offer is available to anyone and everyone, even if you've tried Mastering Probability before. Sign up now, and I'll teach you the tool that identified the bottom in the Dow on January 26th, the morning that led to the largest daily point gain in history. This offer will expire on February 10th, so go to the homepage of TFNN.com now and click on Mastering Probability.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
Got a question from Pat asking me which one of 3 stocks looks the best, AMT, CCI, or SBAC. SBA Communications actually looks the best. I would love for this. I mean, it had kind of a breakout. I would have liked to seen a better sign of strength, but certainly it is holding its highs. A pullback to around 175 would be a fairly good buy in it. The other two, AMT and CCI, both look like 3 drives to a top. So they're probably within a fairly significant high here over the next couple of days. Quickly coming back in, someone wanted me to look at Amazon and see if there's anything great going on here. And I don't think so. Just got back up to its previous resistance line. Didn't even make it last time to January 31st. Came down today. It's up. Well, volume's okay, but the down volume was 5.66 million shares on the 8th. Today it's up with 3.8 million shares. So it's up. Is the volume horrible? The wheel's going to fall off the wagon? Probably not. But again, I don't see a lot of upside in this stock, especially with the jokes that will be never ending on the CEO for some time to come. I think he has his time in the barrel, as they like to say. And we looked at Microsoft. Someone wanted me to look at Netflix NFLX. Was kind of interesting to see some discussion in a regular conservative state about taxing online streaming companies, but didn't seem to matter much today. Up on 7.6 million shares. That's compared to this gap down that happened on 3.2 million shares. So again, this thing just kind of going sideways. Again, way too many people short on this stock perennially. So could it go a little higher? It certainly could. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. Remember to sell when you can, not when you have to.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.